Okay. So, are we live? The stream quality is set as excellent. Can I hear myself? The stream. Hello, myself. I can indeed hear myself. Okay, how is it going? 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 Well, that's a useful button. Okay, let me reload this page. Okay, it looks like everything is going fine. For once. What a miracle. Hello, Marshall. I see that you've popped in the air with your fancy looks. How are you doing in this fine day? Wait, you've sent a message and it's not showing in the multi-chat? I've broken something yet again. That's amazing. I'm so very happy to see this. Gosh darn it. Can't there be one thing working for once? Multi-chat. You sent it in the Twitch, but it is not showing up here. Huh. Goodness gracious, what is happening yet again? Thank you, Grisbearer, for reassuring me, but now is not the time. I know that the creature is a knight that's going to impale my heart, but please, I have all the consents. How do I do this? Yes, I know. See, this is why I started streaming 15 minutes earlier, because I always know there's going to be some bullshit happening of some sort. Also, what happens if I send a message directly and say, hello here? Does it at least detect like the YouTube messages? Well, at least I see all the messages in one place. Where is that? But you see, it don't show on the screen. For the love of Gracebeard, this is absurd. Anyway. Alrighty. So, if I can't fix it in due time, what can I do? I could try to reset this thing. I could do like clear all. Oh, hey, there's a chat here. Hello, chat. Hello, world. This is now live debugging streaming. Do you want to learn how to stream? Learn today with Entropy Arknights on how to waste 3 hours of your precious life for no fucking reason. Also, I sent a message. It's not detecting anything. This sucks! Ashu, stay here. Stay here. I will not eat you. I will not eat you alive. Not yet. Anyway, so I guess I'm just going to disable the multi-chat on all the windows. Also, for some reason, I think they broke something, which, well, broke. Does it move? Oh, it doesn't move. There is something where if I try to display the PC client window directly, for some reason it doesn't work. So now I have to stream the display as a whole. It's very weird. I also don't know if there's a way like to minimize the PC client. I have not found it. But all things considered, I will not complain because RA is now finally playable. In the sense that you're gonna stop having like 2 FPS the moment some rats show up. And that's quite something. That is a feat I did not expect to be achieved so easily, but apparently that's something we got. Anyway, program for the day. I have a few units that I've I've tested Chen 3 a little bit. I've barely tested TT. And I've not tested Wang at all. So we're gonna be having a chill time, we're gonna be trying all of them. Don't forget to hydrate. We're gonna be testing them against all the different raids, and we won't have to wait 20 fucking minutes to kill the Sail Raider, because now Chen is actually good at killing this guy. And that's something to look forward to. That's great. Alright. The only thing that sucks is that we start with 2 raids with invisible and ranged enemies. So I can put on some music because we're gonna be in there for quite some time. Let me start with... That's perhaps a bit too loud. If the sound is a mess, don't hesitate to tell me. I shall just... Oops, that's literally off. There we go. I guess what we're gonna do is the opener special on that side. And then... lazy, and the usual DP gen we have basically everything. Had a Tilopsis to help the cycling a little bit, and no chain. Let's go. So I've actually done a few runs with the PC client in here. Not that many, but I've done a few. And I have to say, it's night and day. However, there are a few issues. I think the music is still too loud. One moment. Volume mixer, volume mixer, volume mixer. It's already at 2. Wait, I'm just going to reduce everything. Increase the sound of Arknights a bit. There we go. I've tried the PC client. I also need to do this. Sorry, still somewhat setting things up. And if you lag a lot, like a lot, if I press space, I can pause the game. But if it gets to the point where the game is really laggy, it stops working. Like, straight up, you can press it however you want. Like, if you spam press it, it does not work. If you hold spacebar and super laggy, it will work eventually. So that's something that's really nice. Now, there are a few other things that I like with a PC client. For example, if you have someone who is very much on the side, the icon here is kinda stuck shifted to the right. If I click on openness, the icon is slightly more to the left. And the issue with Momo Player and the like was that you had to manually move where the shortcut is if you actually want to click this. And now I can just be like this, I'll just press E, and it's just going to work and I don't have to think about it. And that's great. So now we have good performance, we have easier controls, but there are also a few things that I'm missing, such as you can't go frame by frame easily. If, for example, I want to... let me throw away some resources real quick. There we go. So the DP bar shows how many frames you have. And if I want to like activate Pilopsis skill within this frame, 1 frame already went. Now I'm going to try to activate Texas. Okay, I activated within the same frame, and another frame happened. So it's much more difficult to do frame by frame actions. It's still possible, but it's a lot more skill based unless you use external programs that allows you to do a bunch of actions in just one click. But hey, that doesn't happen every day, it's not necessary all the time, and we do have the pause deploy, so it's not as necessary. So all in all, a good time. I don't know if it went wrong yet. Ah, nope, not everyone just yet. I'm going to pretend that this was the last guy. We are 2 times speed and we have Blaze Altar just blasting the enemies, and performance is not dying. This is exceptional. It's not a thing you'd expect it to see in 2026, but now we have it. Which just meant that just clearing the raids is quite a bit faster. If you're not a moron like me and decide to just bring a single raid killing duo instead of actually bringing some backup, but hey, we take what we can. We have 24 enemies remaining. We should be done soon. So, I guess actually I can already test on the next raid Wang. So we're gonna see how Wang, if Wang is actually any good, because I genuinely have no idea. Like I've tested Wang in normal stages, and in normal stages is good. I don't know. I mean, there's a reason why it's rated at as a number 1. But how is it handled? This is the outpost? Yes, this is the outpost. Subrash, it still has its camel food. We're gonna puzzle chill check. So we're gonna bring Wang, who is right here. I'm kinda hesitant. Obviously, we're not gonna be using skill 1 because skill 1 is single target. So it's between skill 2 and skill 3. Technically, you get more value per mine with skill 2, but that's something that would have to be tested. I think there are going to be some cases because you can never get to the point where you drop this directly on the enemies. So I don't know. We're gonna give you some proper food though, which is, come on. There we go. We want Wang. We want Unictus. Just for this one time, I will use Manticore instead of... I'll still use Ascalon. I won't use Umiri because I want most of the damage to come from Wang to see how good it is. I have a sneaking suspicion that I'm going to test Wang. I'm going to be like, yes, that's okay. And then I'm going to just never use Wang again because the other options are just a lot better. Also because he still has to use mines. Neural chain, yes. You got Camero, we got Wang. We can pull back, slow down. I think that's good enough. I think I'm going to run into space issues. Not gonna lie. Hello, Asa! One of the laggy rats. I actually had a raid with Arafik plus the rats. And I tasted it. And it was very weird because all the enemies don't spawn. And as soon as all the rats died, even though there were like, I think 250 enemies on the screen, it was still very nice. Very easy to play. So we are still getting to the point where it's like, oh my gosh, we actually have proper performance. Is it randomized? I don't want this. Give me this. For the song. Alright, Wank, how good are you? Okay, this is exactly the issue that I was afraid of. How do I get to the point where I can actually drop mines on the enemies? Because there's no room. Can do this, get more buffs. Holy shiz, it's annoying. You can still see their HP bar drop significantly enough. So where is that? Also, it's probably better to just wait until the skill 3 charges. But yeah, this map is... I mean, this particular setup, I should say, is not a good fit. Also, you make this. Have some. This is not mine. I am not convinced so far. Also, let me stun because... Uh-oh, he's blocked. Well, alright, emergency measures. That's what happens when you goof around. Anyway, Mr. Rasa, how was your day? Wait, what time is it even for you? Because if it's in the morning... Whatever, don't care. If it's in the morning for me, it should be somewhere like 4 PM or something for you. I should have played Silver Ash at the bottom here. There is no room! Wang sucks balls! We froze balls too, but... One, two, three. I think it's okay. How I keep contact? I don't keep contact with the Japanese players. They keep contact with me. They're the ones who contacted me. Like I didn't do anything. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's fine. I'm just gonna wait until we get below Wang. That's safer. There we go. Well, talking about cats in Japanese, there is literally a garden in Japan which is all about cats. You have like just wild cats just going in all directions. Like, they show proper respect to the clearly superior feline domination, yes. Or permination, as one would put it. Also, I finally have Silver Ash. I can stop with this. Stop doing this. Should I just put Silver Ash here from the get-go? Okay, I'll remove Manticore. As expected, Wang is bad. I mean, come on, take a look at this. Take a look at how this poor Wang guy is not doing any damage. These are perfectly normal enemies. Nothing wrong here. It's like, I don't know, man. They should buff his damage by like 4,000% or something. Maybe it's not being useful. Okay, but what if? you remove Ascanon, and then you finally have room to blow everything up. Bro, this is the worst experience possible, having to manually kill everything. Like, I keep complaining when people like keep wanting to use freaking AFK skills in all circumstances. But in RACC, we actually have good justification for it. Unlike in normal stages, like what? What do you want AFK skill in normal stages? You're not gonna be placing mines for the next 3 hours. Oh yeah, it's a sound. Yeah, it's like it just pop. It's just a bubble pop. It's like I don't want a bubble pop. I want an actual explosion. Gosh darn it! I did buy the mining ore. What do we have here? Well, talking about rats. So what do I bring here? I want OP to base the attacks. We're gonna have. Obviously Chen to push down the boss, down the roll. We have Angie, we have Weedy, we have Trakotia. I don't want to bring a Ifrit. I'm gonna have to build a battlement. I don't want to do this. Yes. So, I'm gonna try the other one. But I'm also going to bring Pram because I want someone who's actually good. I know it sounds rude to say it like this, but it's not my fault if it's the truth. In case I randomly derp, I think this is good. We can kill the boss in place, throw the balls down the hole, stun the raid, kill the raid. Right. I just considered that there are 128 enemies are going to spawn very fast, and that Arknights is going to eat the cap very fast, and that therefore I should probably have thought about it some more, but oh well. Let's do some damage. Against one of the weakest enemies, that's decent damage. I also have no way to place it anywhere, but oh, the lag. No, the rats. Okay. Take care of this. Please tell me I won't have to actually throw enemies down the hole, because or alternatively, see, there's also this part which is very annoying, because this is with skill too. So if you place one right here, there is a duplicate. It's going to respawn prioritizing enemies. And then it's going to explode in this direction, but then you have to remove the mine, and then place another one if you want to again trigger it on an enemy who is going to stay in place. The problem is, also, if I want to place it on enemies directly, S3 is not a global range, it's a 5x5, it's large, but it's not global. So it comes with its own set of issues. I didn't want to use Chen here, but I don't think I have a choice if I want to not die. I also don't know if Skill 2 works against aerial enemies. I actually don't. The frames. Kill the rats. No, not the rats! Okay. I have to keep holding the pause button to make it viable. How long did it take to prepare for a RACC run like this? Quite a bit of time, actually. But you can speed things up, because ultimately, it's however long it takes to like put a bunch of phantomic buyers in all the maps that you're going to fight. That's mostly it. It does work against aerials. We should not prevent placing if they are aerial enemies. Actually, we're back to the Prey PC client performance. I guess we have not quite reached the point where fighting rats is smooth. It's not totally smooth yet. But we are under the target cap, so we're good. Okay! Mustering part is done! Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, I can place it here. And the boss does trigger it. Okay, good to know. I really don't want to die here, so... There we go. Okay, we're gonna use someone who's actually good at killing raids, which is to say not Wang. Oh yeah, and obviously if I have a Wang, you suck! I can't believe I'm saying this. The name of the previous OST was Final Embrace. For the placement for the phantomic buyers, actually after this raid I'll show you a little something. If I forget, punch me in the face, or just send a word to remind me, but the reason why is because you have a bunch of raids, and most of the time they can have some very similar paths, but there are some variations for some specific maps. And on this map specifically, enemies will tend to like follow and go like this, on this path. The one in the middle raid box will try to go to the middle tile, etc. And the one on the inner part will take a closer path, a shorter path, I mean, like this. But it's not true for all the raids. There are some small variations, and there is someone who made a net on CN who actually lists all the possible pathways. There are some issues because it doesn't tell you for which raid it applies, but it can allow you to know where to expect some enemies to walk in. So I can actually show you after this. I can place you right here. I can have Saria, we can have Benji. And we just wait for Chen to show up. Also might reduce the sound of openness after this, because as much as I enjoy the openness ASMR, there is a limit to my patience. Okay, you're going to fall. Yes, okay. Also, I know I'm supposed to test Wang, but testing Wang here is... even if I wanted to, I can't really drop mines, because this doesn't need anyone, I can't drop here, so... Okay, down the hole you go by. Oh yeah, it's a shield guard, it's gonna take a bit. Is there already one of them? I'll just lick them, but looks like we're gonna have to wait one moment. Chen, can you come back faster? This is okay. This is not a zero block platform. This is blocking the enemies. It's just that opponents keep stunning them. And you actually have some tricks where, especially relevant for Chen, because you want to make sure that you make a kill box where you put the enemies in and just explode them. But if you drop one of those range tile while an enemy is not stunned, obviously they're going to destroy it. So you have to make sure the enemies, you have enough enemies that are tanky enough to survive Chen's attacks that are being blocked by the tiles as they are stunned. And then you can let the other enemies come in. I just want to kill at least one of them, and I can't... Wait, I can do this. It's not ideal, but it will work. Okay, that's good enough. So, while this happens, one moment. I need to find the app, and I have about 20 different tabs. Can I reduce the sound for Arknights a little bit? And where is this? There it is. So you should be able to see it if I did things properly. Okay, so this is an app that someone made with all the different paths. So all I need to do is click on the map, like this one. Actually, let's go on the map we just did, this one. And this button allows you to see the different paths. And you can actually see this to see all the paths the enemies take. And you can see that for the most part, it's pretty basic. And some of the special paths are like this, where the enemies will straight up skip an entire checkpoint. And we have this for every single node. So you can use this to plan where you're going to place your phantomic barriers. There are some... Lost Orders. Lost Orders is a really good one, because Lost Order is a complete mess. You have some starting positions, where you can have some enemies in the air. And then you have the funny paths. So you can see that these guys are not going straight to the blue box, they're going straight to this location. So you can actually plan... I actually have a phantomic barrier at this point, but there are some enemies that will just walk straight through it and ignore it. And for the longer paths, not this one, I want to see the one for the Ringbringer, because that's a funny one. Yeah, you also have this. Very funny. You have some that try to go around the central island. Some things like these. So I actually have a setup for Lost Orders where enemies will go there, and then they'll try to go around, and because I have an entire wall on this location preventing them from going through, they will go to the spawn, then will go down, then they will go back, then they will go down again, and then it will have to go back yet again. If you don't have this app, and I did not have, through experience and just playing again and again and again, you'll know, well, this raid has used this paths on this map. Why Primal T? I mean, why not? I'm not going to be using... I don't want to use the Arknights for this aerator because OP doubles down as also a way to bait the different shots. But yeah, if I have too many enemies, I don't think I can kill them in time, yeah, I would have used Arknights. We have the Ursus Raider, we have Gathering of Feathers, we have Thunderstorm, no Chen, so we're gonna use the good old Burst. The only thing that's too bad is that I use Saria, and we're gonna use Blaze here. There's you, Eunictus, Ascalon for 6 extra damage and control. She'll buy in skill 1, she will require this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm missing 5, and Saria has been used, so I won't use her. Then the rest is just DP generation. Neural chain's fine. Stall raid, stall boss. Kill boss. Kill raid. DP. Yeah, we're good to go. Oh, what a mess. Why 0 arts only? Because it's cursed! Because it looks weird! Because it makes people ask questions and it works very well, see? Works perfectly. But yes, the answer is I just generally prefer them over the E2 arts. And I'm a sucker for consistency, so all my operators are using the E0 art, with the only exception being Gracebearer, because it's Gracebearer. And that's all the justification you need. So, just to speed things up a little bit. Classic Blaze Alter SMR. I'm thinking of redesigning this map for Chen. I was thinking of how I could go about it. I'm thinking, technically, there is a way to force all sides to go in this area, which is super convenient because not only are these cabo tiles, so you can just put them here and then you can place Chen in the middle, which makes it very easy to kill a bunch of raids, but also you just need 2 tiles to just pull everything back, so it's one of those maps that I think I'm going to rework at some point, just for Chen. Because it's generally a very annoying map to fight on if you try to kill some specific raids. At least with this particular layout, for example, the Rainbringer, like I can have Eunictus here. She has invisibility because she's on some total grass. And invisibility makes you immune to... I just forgot that, yes, I indeed have... Actually, before I do this... First this, the type what you buy, and then this, because I don't want my operators to explode around them. What was I saying? Yes, tall grass. So tall grass makes your operators immune to all sorts of areas. So Eunictus with 2 of his can stall any kind of raid apart from if you are dealing with damage reflect, but at that point just add a medic with like camouflage and keep her alive, and that's it. I didn't make a mistake. No, I didn't. That's fine. Yep, you go here, you go here, like this. You can hit. You can hit, because I said so. There we go. And now we're going all style. if I know how to click. The cursor does feel a bit awkward sometimes. So yeah, if I wanted to rework the map, how I'd do it? I could block this entire path, make them go all the way around. Here, it's there's actually some grass, so I could actually have the enemies go this way, then go all the way around, and then funnel them into this lane in particular. Which technically will still allow the use of Unictus. And worst case scenario, could still have Unictus here, but the issue if I do this, then enemies will have to go all the way around, which is a bit of a waste of time, but at least it's a guaranteed clear. So I'm going to do some more audio rebalancing. Because we have an absolutely based music going on. There we go. There we are. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. That's one of those moments where I wish I had a Chen, but as well as that on the accelerator. Considering how much of a pain the accelerator is, I know which one to pick. Well, to be fair, I don't think I needed Saya on the other one. I could have sped up the kills even further and make it and kill the boss in 4 cycles. Should I already redesign the map is a question. I guess I could. Because ultimately all I need to do is just head this, remove this one in particular, block this, and as we go through there, I have to block that. It's really just for science, because we are here to try things out, we are here to experiment. I wouldn't do this in normal circumstances, but I happen to be above 1,000 lightning holes, so I can actually craft with Phantom T2s. There we go. And so enemies that come from this side will go all the way around. Right here, I can have Unictus here, but I need some slowdowns. Also, I think I need to move Unictus to this position. Can she actually reach everyone? Yep, I think she does. So I just, yeah, I think something like this works. And we're done. Alright. There is another operator that I put on a thumbnail, and that needs to be tested, which is TT. Now, TT's damage is bad. I'm not going to run around about her damage is absolutely terrible. However, that's not what she's used for. a major advantage that TT has is that in some situations where it's not convenient to slow down the enemies, possibly because they have like some form of damage reflect, you can combine Unictus and TT to buy a lot of time and prevent the enemies from making any kind of progress. And the big advantage that she has is that she has some absolutely insane uptime on her skill 2, especially if you decide to give her any form of SP support. So Unictus and TT is a very convenient way to stall enemies. On top of this, TT can also, she is a medic, she can also keep Unictus alive in case there is a weather effect, so it's always possible to use them. I just need to find a proper way to showcase it. What I think about Chen's Eternal Streak? She is the most busted damage dealer that the world has ever known. It's not pretty good. Well, it is pretty good, but you're missing about 200 or so pretty in there. So she is pretty. You get the gist of it. Don't worry, there will definitely be a showcase of the toilet. Toilet flush the enemies with Chen's Dragon. Yearn to be free, your heart on your sleeve. Also, for the people who are not aware of why I'm doing the slug races, the reason why slug races are important to me is that they drop 2 materials. They drop lightning ore, which you can't farm apart from the shop, and the other is seasoning, which is used to improve the effects of some specific food buffs, which is especially important for SP cost reduction. For the new CN ops, oh, actually there's quite a few. I guess there's Gilberta and there's Funpig, which are the 2 newest ones. Let me have a look at Gilberta's kit, because I'm calling her Gilberta. It's Angelina. She's still Angelina at this point. Gosh damn it. Gosh damn it, Enfield. Angelina the Mellowish. Angelina the Mellowish. I know she has some levitate available to her. Skill 2 does what? Attack range expense. Quest for what? Actually, I guess I can also share it. There is the levitate on enemies for 12 seconds. The problem is her skill stays activated for 22 seconds. I don't know if it's 22 seconds after applying the effect or not. But generally speaking, I don't really see how it's all that good, especially since it's limited to 5 targets. She has pretty decent total damage. But it's a bit like, why would you use her when you have someone like KOB available or Chen free? Like, I can understand if you don't have Chen free and you have KOB and you want to kill a boss without KOB. I can understand why you go like, hey, I'm looking for options. And she does have a lot of total damage on some of the skills. Is it arts damage? This is physical damage. I don't think she's that great for her ACC. Because ultimately, skill 2 is the only skill that you would end up using, really. And it's not like you can't get a really good uptime. Yes, it's because it's cheap, but what you have to consider is that she's locked. For 22 seconds, she can't do anything. The SP cost you can always bring it down. You can use like SP cost down food. It's not a problem. You can use SP batteries to even further decrease the downtime. But the reason why an operator like Locus, for example, is so good is because she casts a skill, the enemies are bound, and while the bound isn't going, she already starts recovering SP. And you can't do the same here. And this aspect alone is sufficient to just make a bunch of operators really bad at crowd control relative to the two other options that we have. Actually, that will be. This one is the Glocus Showcase. So this one is the Glocus Showcase. So I'm gonna do just that. So if we are going to do a Glocus Showcase, we need quite a bit of DP. So I'm gonna bring both of them. We're gonna bring the best test of the slugs. We need a lot of slowdowns. I'm thinking about whether I want to like showcase Shenfree against the Dauntless Linebreaker on the next map, because technically I could. But I think we'll get more opportunities, so we'll just throw things down the road. So we have Glocus, Invisibility Reveal, Slowdowns, very important. We're gonna have... This is a run. And we have Blaze You, because we're dealing with a bunch of enemies with Refraction, so this is our best bet. Although I'm going back to Ptilopsis because I want to give her some SP support. I think the rest is fine, so let's go. Okay. Also, I'm placing the SP batteries before placing Glocus, because I want to make sure that the SP batteries don't try to give SP while Glocus is in SP lockout. Because even if you receive SP from a battery or anything else while in SP lockout, nothing happens. So I need to place all four, and then when I place Glocus, you see one zap, which means that she always recovers all the SP at once. So it looks like this. If I don't fuck things up. I forgot to give her SP cost down food! Okay, that's bad. That's annoying. One moment. That is very annoying. Because suddenly the downtime is going to be pretty terrible. It's okay, it's okay. Like, I have ways to avoid the apocalypse, but it's going to be annoying. How do I go about it? Good. I want you to go on this side. That's nice. I might have enough slowdowns to kill most of the raids just fine, so we'll see. However, I will give you another SP battery. I'm not super concerned because ultimately I could still clear everything on the next fighting HQ, that would be fine. But it is annoying. Come on, there we go. Well, I'm at it. It's not going to work against everyone, but it's gonna work enough. I might have made a small... that's okay. Surely. Sazy, hoping that it was indeed not a mistake. Please go up. Okay, it's going up. You are allowed to make mistakes in a race, you see, as long as those mistakes are not too stupid and you can actually manage your own mistakes. There's always a moment where you're going to forget something very important and you can be like, ah, screw this. And actually, I think I'm gonna make use of... Wait, can I did fuck up a little bit, so I don't think I can showcase the Unique Entity on the next one. I'm gonna keep it classic. Safety. Safety first. Bait a shot. Place another one. There we go. Ah, come on, gosh darn it. These are also the kind of silly mistake I don't usually do, but sometimes brain farts. Sometimes brain farts happens. It's okay, Sternes gives me strength. Better shot. I don't need to kill everyone, just need to kill enough. Okay, we killed enough. All good. Ice Goku still did the job. Is it face that looking at chapter 9 images makes you mad? Considering how much of the PTSD the goggles have caused me, I would say no, that's very much justified. Also, the idea of just putting 70 rays on all enemies and making sure that if you don't have silence, you can't use arts damage, basically. Not cool. Alright, it's time for the haul. Because I don't want to have to think about it too much, so I'm gonna be doing this. We're gonna have Enforcer with the OP, our standard thingy. We do want some slowdowns. I use Manticore. Ooh, I actually used everyone to slow down on the other one. Oh. Nah, I'm not gonna use Ethan. It's okay. I'm just going to use someone who is going to be a sacrificial pawn. So who is going to be the sacrificial pawn? It's gonna be someone melee. I can also use the necklace for emergency. Yato! Okay. Don't forget to give SP cost down to your stallers, very important. Here you go, as a bonus. Less important, but still very nice. Also, just as an emergency. No neural chain needed. Yep, all good. But yeah, Chapter 9 enemies, I don't like them. I don't like them. They suck. What is up with all the res? What is up with the refraction? What is up with screwing over literally everyone who doesn't have Lapland? It's like, seriously? I'm gonna bring this. Yeah. That's perfect. That way, he throws his anchor, enemies are going to be stunned right here, and they'll be thrown down the hole, very conveniently. Boom. So now they're perfectly lined up, but I can just place Sweetie right here. Place Angie anywhere, really, doesn't matter. Notice it's just going to chill here in case I catastrophically fail at everything, which is very often. And now we have the one boss that can be stunned. Now he's going to be slowly pushed down the hole of doom. Where goes the boss? Down the square hole. Woohoo! Greetings! I just want a situation where I can test your units. This is a strat I already know. See, this is satisfying, I like it. I actually did a bounce against the wall, beautiful. Nope. Get back. It's a good thing I mentioned I'd be using a bait like Yato to avoid those kind of circumstances and then not do anything with it. Alright. I swear, sometimes I want to slap myself. No, Woody is a perfectly balanced unit that is just going to deal... how much HP does the boss have? 120 million? I don't know, I don't care. Down the hole it goes, along with the rest. Oh shit, too many enemies in front. Pew. And this is why we have a bait. Okay, there was another Lancer. Get back. More down the hole. Besides, I can't say Witty is broken because you need it all in most circumstances. Most. Not all the time. You can use her for stalling as well. But she usually needs other people, so... It's not particularly broken if you need to use your brain to actually make use out of them. Frog down the wall. Frog down the wall. Nope, still a few enemies left. We're almost done. What do you mean? This is not an abomination fight, this is your everyday fight in Area 60. There is absolutely nothing wrong here. Everything is exactly as it should be. Woo! Let's go. Beautiful. Okay, I'm on the toilet! Not to be taken out of context. There is someone else was going down the hall, and we have Gathering of Feathers. Oh wait, I actually changed. Oh wait! That's actually perfect, because I changed the map in order to make use out of Chain 3. So, that's actually perfect. That's actually perfect. So, what are we gonna do? I need to remind myself. What's the weather like? Acid rain. I think I'm gonna have to use on the umbrella. Can you see almost wait for it? I mean, I can, but you have to keep in mind that basically I have what is it? This squad, which is just meant to lick enemies, so it's only valid for 2 raids, but still saves you time. So Gracebearer is there because Gracebearer. You have this because it has a bunch of Krabby Pumpies, so it's just when I need to farm water. This is the one I keep changing all the time. I am still the record holder, though I know Asadaka is not that far behind. This is a race specifically for Ruinbringer, where you have Ulpianus Plenopsis for the raid stall. Spectre is used for split-boxing the boss. Wizardar is there on skill 1 to kill the slugs, because they still have 0 defense. Tragedia to stall the boss. And then Chen is there to speed up the killing of the boss, because otherwise it takes ages. And then this one is for Araphic. And the reason why I want something specifically for Araphic is because you need a specific set of buffers, and I don't want to have to remember them all the time. So we have Kilbis around Saria and you to kill the boss. Ulpianus stall, we have Recall the Keeper, because Recall the Keeper can turn any operator into Ulpianus with a skill 2. So I use him in combination with Blaze, so that she can actually throw a bunch of AoEs into the Vanguardians and not explode. But sometimes, because he needs to heal first, that's also why I have Warframe. Warframe is not there for the damage buff. I don't care about the attack buff, I just want a way to drop the HP of my operators. Anyway, we have a Sail Raider. How do I do the Sail Raider? Obviously Chen. And the toilet strut. The other raid is going to be thrown down a hole, so I can just bring whatever I want. I can bring this. I can have OP. No, I'm actually going to. Oh, actually, I can make a showcase for TT, and the reason why I think it can be interesting in some cases where you don't have the means. So, we don't have Vanguardians on this map. However, if there were Vanguardians, she would be interesting to combine with Yenectus. And I'll show you why that is. Because if you do have a bunch of Vanguardians, you can't use any other ground units. You can still use Ines, because Sentinel is still going to slow down enemies. So we have this, we want Tragonia on skill 1. I said I wanted Omni Umbrella, and I'm going to get it before I forget. Chin Toilet, kill the enemies. There is no farming here, there is only playing here. Only going to bring Ascalon as a in case of some random fuckery, but shouldn't be too required. You absolutely want to have 2 battlements, and this is because you have very specific timing with the boss. And I go into it a bit later, so let's go ahead and... No, I wanted to grab some more! Come on. There we go. If my calculations are correct, and this is the first time I use this map, this particular layout on this map. So enemies from all sides will be funneled into this specific position. Now I can't reliably use Chen because I didn't bring all pillars. If I want to use Chen to kill the raid itself as a whole, I need to have a way to lock them down. I need to either freeze or stun them. I have Arknights, so I can't do that. However, I can separate the boss, keep the boss in here, place both battlements, and then use the chain toilet to kill the boss. And it's going to be absolutely magnificent. Okay, and now we get to the point where it's interesting to have the D. So the reason why it is interesting is because I can decide to putter here. I don't have any slowdowns. And enemies are starting to come back. Prime is not even ready. So I can just activate a skill, and all the enemies will be stunned in this specific position, buying time for Arknights to finish her skill and then start getting some SP back. I can keep doing this over and over and over again and just stall this way. And you can see the enemies are going to be stuck. And Arknights always has time to get her skill back in time, which is why it's actually really good. Oh yeah, there's that too. Yeah, don't mind the boss. The pathfinding has a tendency to behave a bit weirdly. Yeah, don't worry about it. Anyway, I can place Shen right here. Just to help a bit with stalling, that's okay. We have some mix, but that's fine. Can do this to start damaging the enemies a little bit. Also, I think I'm a bit too slow on my stuff. I might need to bring some support, but that's okay. Actually, I guess Ascalon can stay here, that's fine. How is the PC client for ACC? I am at 2 times speed. There are rats, which are extremely laggy. We have 50 or so enemies on the screen, and you can see. Pretty good! Pretty darn good. What is the boss doing? Okay, the dragon does bounce on buildings, but only bounces on battlements. The walls don't count. Yes, I know it's weird. Surely it makes sense somewhere. Somewhere, somehow, it must make sense. Forsakeness. So now... Right, I forgot. If you put... Yeah, this is a funny one. If I have a battlement right here, it's invisible because it's on grass tiles. If I place an operator who is invisible on top of it, suddenly his battlements become visible. Don't ask why. So now we have to wait 80 seconds because I'm a moron. That's the cool stuff with rare areas. You always discover a bunch of things. Like, yesterday I did a test. And, how do I put it? Basically, I learned that you actually have an enemy cap. If you have like 400 enemies that can spawn, they won't all show up at the same time. There is a limit of 250 or so enemies, and if you kill enough of them, then the next one will start spawning. There might be a way to use this specifically for some very weird maps, but yeah, it's something that's very weird. So here, I want to use Tragoria to stall, but if I place Tragoria, the battlement becomes visible. So I need to place Ines, bait the wait, I forgot to activate this. 1 moment. Boss is going to shoot. Is he within range? Actually, I should place a reactive barrier first. Did I fuck up? No, that's good. Okay. Just kill this one. We don't need TT anymore. We don't need Pram. And now this is a toilet. So toilet, you place the 2 battlements, you wait till the cooldown is over. And once it's done, the boss is going to die very painfully. So I need to pause because the boss is going to drop. No, okay. Oh wait, it's true. It's an AoE, so I don't need to replace battlements. It's actually even better. The toilet! The toilet is working! And it might be hard to see, but the boss has about 1 or 2% HP remaining. So yeah, that's a toilet flush. And this boss, for full QB squad to kill it, it can take like 20 or so minutes. And now Chen, completely solo, is doing like 3 skill cycles, I think. The stats of the Imperial Strikers. I can. Now, usually you want to bring someone else to help finish a job, but okay. I guess we're on the... Oh, never mind. Okay, you want the stats of the Imperial Strikers. Let me get this out of the way, and let me get... Masochist. Erase the C to the Masochist. Okay. The Imperial Striker has... No, this is a live streaming tab. What am I doing? There, this one. Key Obificator. We are on the... Enemies, wait, what's the deck? 2,246. There is 2,246. The Imperial Striker has 726,000 HP and 38,700 defense. And I didn't put attack in there, but the answer is one shot. Everything here is going to one-shot all your operators regardless of what you do, basically. So, hope that answers your question. I have too many tabs. Alright. This one is going down the hole. Actually, I'm also going to bring Matsukuri, because why not? And we're gonna have Woody. I mean, I guess I can bring everyone anywhere. Manticore. I want some SP support, so I'm gonna bring Tinopsis. Wait, see. Yeah, it is a Dust Weaver. What do I want for the Dust Weaver? I used Unectus. I can bring a roll, that's okay. I can bring a and yeah, Enforcer, Weedy, Effeter. Wang is not going to do anything. I'm sorry to say it, but I think Wang is bad for ACC. Yeah, here is enough. It's going to take a hit, but it's going to be okay. Because I have a shield. And now he has enough SP support, so we do this. I need to get Woody out. They have a checkpoint right on this barrier, but that's okay. I don't need you anymore. I'm gonna need the support. And down the roll they go. Now going to do Witty Cannon Cancel. So Witty Cannon Cancel, you have two projectiles. The problem is they are not completely synchronized. I want both of them to hit at the same time. So when Witty's projectile hits, I retreat the cannon, and then it's going to instantly land on the enemies and provide some extra push. So if you have a particularly heavy enemy, that's useful. Also, he almost died. Oh, I did a weird angle. The opening is always the most annoying part on this raid, because you have a bunch of rushes and the rest is just a bunch of middies that do nothing, so... Okay, we're good. Wag is really good at filling tiles that you make when I use. Yep, exactly. No one does a better job at that than him. Alright. But hey, I just have Matsukere actually. I like Matsukere. The only thing I'm too sad with Matsukere is that I completely ran out of some ingredients that I used to make the -4 or is it -6 of -6 DP on your operators. So sad. Because if there are new vanguards coming in, I'm gonna have to pay a premium to deploy them, which is annoying because the most important part is the opener. You want to get all your DP generation at the start. Generator is just something to save you time. Yep, I think so, because ultimately, if you don't know how to stall, Chain Alter is not going. Sorry, Chain Free or Chain Alter is not going to save your ass, because you need to be able to lock enemies down in the perfect position if you really want to get the most out of it. Even then, you're still gonna have some cases where it's like, how do you deal with raids with a bunch of ranged enemies? How do you deal with Vanguardians? How do you deal with the Serrator, because the Serrator can fall and do a big AoE over all your operators. You need to be careful about the timing of when you activate Chain Free, because if you miss the timing, the boss is going to fall right after Corrosion proc from Acid Rain, for example, and kill your Chain, wasting you a bunch of time. There are 12 enemies remaining, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove everyone. I'm going to go to the toilet and back in 2 minutes while the rest comes. Be back in just a moment. Alright. Day 2247. What do we have? Nothing. We send ops to farm. We're gonna have one slug race. How's my water looking like? 4,000. Oh, there's no storm, so yeah, 2 slug races. Okay. Right. You and I. Pompeii, go! Ultimately, at the end of the day, for all raids except Elrific, it's how do you go about starting it? Most raids, as a result of this, and because there are only so many raids, pretty easy, pretty simple after you get used to it. However, raid merges. If you have 2 raids merging together, it can result in some very spicy combos. Like, what if you're dealing with Elrific and Global Range Archers? And then you're like, oh shit. I actually have a solution for it, but it's a pain, because you're just stuck here, not allowed to place anything really to speed up the kill. So you can just use Eulactus Virtuosa, for example, and all in, and then a medic to keep us alive. And everyone has camouflage, so everyone stays alive. But it's going to take ages. And that's what I did for a performance test I did yesterday. I don't recommend it to everyone because the clear took 1.5 hours. Granted, it was something I did on purpose, so I didn't try to speed it up because I wanted to stress test the PC. But yeah, you can end up in that kind of situation. Or you use both TOB and Chen, and then you have to kill the Accelerator, and then you're very sad. Or even worse, the Donut Slime Breaker. Alright. Next day we have a red reset. There is something I've yet to try, which I kind of want to experiment, see if it's possible. And that's what is it? What am I doing here? I'm not that skilled today. It's trying to use Chen 3 to burst down Aravik. I don't think it's possible. I think she'll run into too much of a wall. But it's still something that needs to be tried out for science. $200 million HP? I mean, we have the spreadsheet. We have the spreadsheet, and Aravik is at... $24 million. I did count it properly. Yeah, it's 24 million. Oh, the total HP of the raid. Yeah, okay. I mean... Okay, give me one moment. The total HP of the raid will be... I know there's a function, but actually I can just do... It's this times this. No, it's this times... Come on. This. I do this, I do sum of everything, which is $153 million apparently. It does not include phase 2, but phase 2 has only 20% of Aravik's HP. So you had... Ah, come on! Plus 0.2 times this. So 160 million HP only. There you go. I could throw Aravik down a hole, I could throw the Grimringer down a hole. We have only 2 raids, I don't think there will be anything extra spawning, so... There's a few ways to deal with this raid. I have the easy no resources. A flat 400,000 HP reduction. I don't think it is. But to be fair, it's actually really difficult to test it out. How will we go about testing it? I don't think it's 400,000. I really think it's 80%, because if you use like the full... Actually, I've not tested it. Huh. I mean, I'm basically throwing away an attempt if I do this. But I think it's just for you, just for the sake of science, I will try it. I will not throw out Rafik down the hole. But it's going to take more time. Also because I want to experiment with Rafik anyway, so I'm gonna have to kill the rest of the raid though, which is going to be a bit of pain. In the meantime, we have Windbringer, and Windbringer Throw Down the Hole edition is going to be... No, actually it is this. I'm still going to use Blaze You, which I know is not... You're probably going to raise an eyebrow and so be like, hey, if you're throwing everything down the hole, why are you using Blaze You? Well, the answer is because I still need to kill enough enemies to then throw everything down the hole. I guess I could use Unictus, but I don't... I want to surprise a Windbringer just to have a really clean setup every time. I'm gonna have both you on a camouflage food, as well as you. I need Angelina. I'm gonna use Kafka just to save up on one thingy. Actually, I need Manticore. Okay, I have too many people. I'm gonna create Tilopsis. Where is you, Angelina? OP. Spolter for the stall. I am already at 12, I need to think. Okay, enough Kafka, I'll just keep good. This is fine. Let me think. This is... Yeah, I think that's okay. Alright. I mean, testing whether the burst works against Rafik, because ultimately, I think we have ways to also find out, because sometimes you activate the skills of your operators to speed up Rafik's going to phase 2. So I should do this. And it does go down pretty fast, so you might actually be correct, now that I think about it. Formal testing required. I mean, when you got into that situation, we did the math, and technically at those days it's still possible for Shen to kill Rafik, but you do need basically all buffs. Also, I should probably start using. Well, these two are boners. Also, I hope it counts. It does. Oh, good. Almost fucked up that one. Okay, and now we just have to wait until the rest of the enemies show up. I do... By the way, I did remember seeing one of the streams where you burst down Rafik in, what, 10 seconds? something like this. So but it was like, yeah, it was both of them. It was both Chen and KOB. Ideally, you probably want to bring Shen for the Horrific Raid just because of Vanguardians, otherwise it takes such a long time. I'm not, like, I'm still kind of struggle to find a good spot for Chen 3 to nuke everything, because I run into the usual issue of how do you place Shen and the battlements in order to make sure that the battlements don't explode because they're being blocked by enemies. I still need to have OP stunning everything. I don't know if there is a clean answer to that. How many avenues do we have? 128. Yeah. We have the cap, we don't need this anymore. And now we just need to wait until all the enemies spawn. Is a new corrosion stuff worth it? You have two answers. You have the cope answer and you have the yeah, no, that's never gonna work answer. I'm afraid the second answer is a more realistic one. I think corrosion is not going to be very good. And by not very good, I mean basically useless. Because ultimately, if we assume that corrosion removes a base defense of an enemy, like let's say a boss has, like the Sailor Raider has like a, what, 250 or so defense. So very low. But gets multiplied by like the 4,500% multiplier or something. If it removes a base defense, that means after like just 2 or 3 corrosion procs, the boss is at 0 defense. Which sounds good. However, you need to get 2 or 3 corrosion procs going on all the enemies. Also, I think all the enemies are, yeah, all the enemies spawn. Which takes quite a bit of time, during which you're not doing much damage. And the answer, and the next question is, what do you do after this? Because you need to bring someone who is going to perform as well as someone like Blaze Altar or Prime Altar. I'm not sure Physical has that many options that are going to be that relevant, really, in the grand scheme of things, to make this actually a good option. Now we wait for them. Alright, good night, Mr. Rasa. Don't you fucking die on me, even though I'm the one playing. But yeah. Corrosion, I just don't see it happening. I just don't think corrosion as a rule, even for normal gameplay, I don't think it's all that good. What kind of enemy will be nightmarish with more than less stat boost? So who are the really strong enemies? Well, this guy is Walk. One sec. Ex-Colossus is nightmarish, not because it's a hard enemy, but because it's an enemy with an absolute shit ton of HP. So if you have Chen 3, you're good. Otherwise, I hope you can lick them, because if you can't, you're gonna be spending 30 plus minutes just trying to kill enough of them so that you can lick. This is easy. Global range archers. Pretty obviously. Because it turns out that when you have an enemy with global range that can one-shot anything you drop, yeah, that's pretty spooky. The Vanguardians, because they reflect 200 arts damage to your operators whenever you attack them. And they are extremely difficult to kill, so they are going to stack up and nullify most of your operators. You have the invisible enemies, because you need to be very careful in your timing into when exactly you try to stun them or pull them with your Nectus. Some Keter Grotesque without gargoyles. The Windbringer, definitely, 100%. It next will be all the enemies with like explosions. So the explosive slugs, because these can just like they are going to merge with the other enemies, and that means that in most circumstances, if you place an operator next to them, if camouflage will not be enough, so they'll die instantly. Yeah, the rest will be like the bosses. Accelerator can be a bit risky, you have to be careful. It goes to the squirrel. Yeah, but we don't have squirrels everywhere. That's the issue. We don't have squirrels everywhere. This one is very spooky. Lancers. Lancers are very dangerous because the maps are large and because they can move very, very fast. So you can very easily mistime a crowd control and have one Lancer going through. Which, if you plan ahead, you can kind of counteract it. But if you forgot about it, or maybe you just don't have that much room in the map itself, yeah, things can turn sour very, very quickly. No, it's not these ones. You have a raid with like the spiders split into smaller ones, small slugs. These are not that dangerous on their own. Yeah, it's this one. They are not that dangerous on their own. However, if it combines with another raid, you can end up in the same situation of you kill a spider right after you apply a crowd control, and you're gonna have a smaller spider just going through your defenses. And that's the spooky part. We have another case of raids going in there. We're gonna have Chen doing his very usual stuff. And I don't have Volcanus, but that's okay. We're gonna have Pram here, Escadon. I'm gonna give another shot to Wang. I think Wang is dog shit, but yeah, you know. He's supposed to be used. Inner's just for the slowdown because we have enough DP generation. Shen to kill. We do want to stall the boss. We're gonna have Tragodia. We obviously want to stall the raid, so you have Eunictus. Might kill me just to finish the job, and yeah, that's it. We're trying to speed things up a little bit. Very good. And yeah, as I said, the most nightmarish boss, the Ringbringer, without a doubt. How good is Prab 2? Yes, yes, good. Yes, amount of good. You do need to get to the point where you can actually activate the skill, but yes, she's good. Doesn't matter really. Boom. With this. This is not a deployable tile, so I can't make a kill box here. However, we can still have Chen there. Still doing some decent work. Alright, Wang. Show us how it's done. Oops. You can see some damage. If he does have room to drop his stuff, it's not great, but the lag. And then he has a super long downtime. Alright. Okay, coming back to Pram. Skill 2 works against everything except one enemy. Well, I guess 3 enemies, because the accelerators and goggles. The goggles, when they are in the air, don't get slowed down, but everyone else is going to get slowed down. And works pretty well. The only thing you don't want to face are Vanguardians, because she's, even if her skill is off, she will still spawn a bunch of snow tiles, and she will still take a lot of damage. So you definitely don't want to have a bunch of snow tiles everywhere when there are Vanguardians, because otherwise she's just going to die. And I guess also the explosive spiders. Because she, ultimately, at the end of the day, she doesn't have much chance, she does need the enemies to be next to her, so if you have explosive spiders, you're gonna be sad. I mean, you can sort of see the enemy HP bar drop when one drops a mine, but yeah, it's not much. It's like requiring manual action like this and also requiring room around the enemies, it's too much effort. Even with how many drops, this is what we can be able. Yep. I mean, I made a tier list at some point, and basically, if you have physical damage, I sure hope to Gracebearer you got some form of utility, because otherwise, bye to the trash can. Like Wizardale is usable with her skill 1 for stalling, of all things. But if you want her to kill anything, yeah, she can kill like the 0 defense slugs because they have 0 defense. But apart from that, it's yeah, she doesn't kill anything. Okay, just kill this one. Come on. Perfect. There we go, the boss is in place. You know what comes next. You know what comes next. It's a toilet. Toilet flush. So, boss has 80% of his HP. About 5% of the HP. And there we go. And by the way, the boss annihilator, where is he? Almost 22 million HP. Oh yeah, just gen 3 things. There you go. And obviously Wang doesn't do anything against the boss, so with the mines, that goes without saying. Flash! Actually, while I think about it, if you watch some of the videos, including mine regarding Chenfrey, we should go ahead and try to count how many bounces of the dragon there are. So actually, because I want to do this, I'm going to remove them. Because apparently there is a bug where the closer you are to the bottom left of the map, the longer it's going to take for the dragon to move. Like apparently the distance between tiles increases or something, which is weird. So we need to count how many bounces there are. So 1 tick. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, please don't die, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, I don't know why I blanked on that one, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. Huh. Unless I fucked up somewhere in the counting, which, let's be honest, is actually possible. What is it? I should put in chainificator. Wait, no, that is the maximum number of hits. Oh, we got the maximum number of hits. Huh. Okay. So we got the maximum number of hits there. Because when I tested it, every time there was like 1 to 2 ticks difference between the time it takes to travel from one corner to the next. And for 1x1 tile, it was always consistent. And here when RACC, the map is large, it's likely that we have the bug. But we just tested it. And there's no issue. So I guess maybe if you stick to 1x1 it's okay. Not too sure. Zealous from masses travel. I don't think they would be as big of an issue as you think, because you can just stun them. They can be stunned, so that's okay. If they couldn't be stunned, then oh boy. What is it called even? Wait, wiki masses travels. Because I do think their eating scale was their attack. Attack is a friendly and during which you attack it. No, that's a channeler. For 300% of their attack. So yeah, basically, either you stun them or bye-bye. I mean, Arifik is the closest thing you could have to an enemy that... Wait, how do I separate Arifik from the rest? I want to do a burn test on Arifik. The problem is doing so is a bit annoying. How do I go about clearing this raid? If I actually want to test things. I could separate the boss with Unictus. Then use Dragotia. Definitely Enforcer ready, but then I don't have enough people to burst down. Okay, I'm going to do a test for science. I want to do a burst with chain free on Araphic. Unless I try the other one. Ah. Do I go for chain or do I go for QB? I'm gonna do the QB. Okay, I'm gonna do the classic QB. So it's going to be 1. I don't need Ifrit. Blaze. Well, no Blaze, because everything is going to be thrown down the pit anyway. We need to be careful about that. What I pick? I don't need Ines. I definitely want Manticore and Enforcer. Woody. No, Woody is not necessary because I'm not going to push the boss. Unless... Odayak. I can't bring enough people to test this. I have to kill the raid separately. Okay. In that case, I'm just going to do the classic. What do I have? Weightless, slow down. I want Ines for Invis reveal for one. No, I don't need Ines for Invis reveal. Getting. Okay, ça joue. Did I deploy Mustima Escalon before the minimum test? What minimum test? What minimum test? Oh, I need to reconstruct. Okay, let Rick go through. Pull his ass. And that's it. Our fate is going to stay here. That's it, place 3D for emergencies, and that's it. Actually, now that I think about it, I can do both the tests I want on Aerofic next day. The only issue is I'm only limited to 2 tests because I'm using Silent Soldier, and I only get 10 seconds of immortality twice per battle. This is comfy when it's like this. All of it sometimes 3 speeds. And, like, it shows us the true overpowered, like, infinite damage, actually. Where does the enemy go? In the square. So anyway, how was your day, people? While we wait for the next last few enemies. I remember a time when I also had like to do other things on stream because some bosses had to be stalled. It's slower, so it was opening a few other games because like it legitimately took 20 minutes. Paying the worst IS. Which is the worst IS? IS3? I guess in terms of gameplay it is the worst. Until you reach Ascension 16 to 18, you get the collectible and you don't go for ending full. Because then you actually have some counterplay to all the bullshit RNG that's thrown at you. Ooh! IS6. I'm actually curious as to why you think that it's the worst. I think people are very split on this IS. Where some people are like, yeah, it's probably the best, and some people are like, no, I just hate it. But I've not seen anyone explain why they really dislike it. I guess it can really screw over your account if you have like a big reliance on melee enemies. Alright, tasting time. Silence, run. Saria. What do I use for the burst? I need to think of everything. Silence, obviously. Oh, I already selected her. This is rent. Sorry, are you? Is that it? Is that really? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it is. That's all it is. Position. Well, right in 90% of IS6. Yeah, I get it. I can understand why people don't like IS6, because I do agree that Radiant just she basically just solos 80% of the stages. It does feel like a lot of stages are designed specifically for there is a stage, for example, in Three Women's Consciousness, which is very easy if you have Radiance. Like, it's you drop her, you just use her S2 or skill 1, and you just block the enemies and you can just kill them. Even Ascension 18 doesn't matter, they will die easy. But it only works if you have a bunch of summons to place. And nothing else will function. And that's one of those things that does raise an eyebrow and going like, why did they go for this? I have the stall. I don't have the I do have a reactive barrier. I can take my time with other ones. I need to bring back Battlement 2, and I need the 2 potions. Where are they? Restanding and refreshing. Where's the refreshing potion? Am I blind? There it is. I am blind. Okay. This mechanism against the 7 experience. I can't really say. I don't really know much about Mechanist's kit. I sure hope that they tweaked his kit to make sure it's not quite as impactful, because yeah, it definitely can be. We're gonna keep the boss here, and we are going to yeah, it's fine. Do this and this. You stay here. Shubai. And now I was done to set up. Well, to be fair, in i7 I got a feeling that some of the collectibles introduced have some of the most broken shit I've seen. There's a video about Silver Shelter being able to spam his skill 2 on repeat, so every second is going to spam the shit and constantly freeze all enemies within range. So I got a feeling they went the bullshit topic collectibles in i7 again. Okay, what do I test first? I'm gonna test the QB burst first. I'm a moral. I forgot to bring a tier 3, but anyway. It's an incomplete test, but it's okay. The point is not to have something 1% accurate, it's something sufficiently accurate. Okay. Anyway. Give me DP, give me DP, give me DP. I don't have mine either! What am I doing? Because if I just do this, Okay, I think Asadeka is correct, and the boss only loses a flat 400,000 HP, because that was almost the entire HP bar, even though I'm missing both the mine and I don't have the full attack speed. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. Next on the list is Chen. I'm gonna have to reset the boss now. Oh yeah, fun fact. There is also something wrong about Arifik. When he explodes, the wiki says it is a percent of his attack to surrounding buildings, but that's not correct. It's a flat amount. Because otherwise these things will get broken. But they don't. Right. Can I do this with only a tier 1 battlement and no mine? Because how do I do this? I mean, I guess I can just have this. That's okay. I need this to prevent Shen from being stunned. I guess we're gonna take it slow. So this gives camouflage to allies in surrounding tiles, but it also gives stun immunity. And you can see these buildings didn't take much damage. Oh, but wait! I forgot! How do I reveal the boss? I could have brought Elysium Skill 2 to do this, but whoops! Whoops, 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 whoops. Yeah, that's I'm a bit of a pickle here. Okay. This is the most scuffed Arifik burst I've ever done. What is this shit?
in the thick of it.
96 seconds. Immortality stopped at 86. Also, I forgot to give us the XP buff. There is no shot this is working. There is no freaking way. There is no way this works. What the heck? I didn't bring a mine. I scuffed the skill box, the kill box. I didn't have battlements tier for it, it still worked. Well, thank you, Chen3, for being overpowered, I guess. I don't know. What do we have? Just rats. Whatever. Anyway, to come back to the topic of IS, I think IS6 would be fine if rating wasn't so overwhelming, but it's true that for the rest, I think it did have some good design issues, where it knows how to balance RNG much better, because it gives you decent control over it without being, hey, we're going to be IS5 where we can guarantee those collectibles given those circumstances all the time, which I think is a bit too overkill. They did have some parts was improved. Oh, actually, this is going to be a Wang. It's time for Wang to shine. But I still don't trust him, so I'm bringing Chen as well. Wisdom, refreshing. Battlement, tier 2. Do I need anything else? I don't think so. Alright. Yeah. If we exclude Radiant, actually it's a perfectly balanced experience. They were that close to perfection! They were that close to perfection! Every time they have a game mode that's very close to perfection, they decide to do some random shit with it. Like reclamation algorithm 3. Oh no, I should not have opened another topic, it's going to be a mess again. Later. And what will grow like crimson flows. This is my duty to create enigmatic fate. Alright, Wang, your time to shine. Hey, that's decent damage. I guess you can still use Wang to kill rats. Rats, we are the rats. We are the rats. Hello, I am the Swiss sibling. I have the power to shape the very land itself. And my job is to kill fucking rats. Anyway, there is no area 3, there is only rebuilding mandate 2. We don't talk about area 3. Imagine Array 2, but you don't have a dog shit beginning with poor tutorials. Actually, I think that's definitely one thing that Hypergriff still doesn't know how to do. They still don't know how to make tutorials. It's actually impressive. Still don't need water. We're gonna be doing this. Yeah, you can. Wait, you can use Wang to kill rats, but did you know what you can? What else you can do with Wang? You can kill spiders. Yes, the basic ass original spider. Or slugs, I guess. But only day 2000, don't count on it on day 4000 or something. That won't work. Anyway. There. What Array 3 should have been like? Basically Array 2 in a competitive environment, better tutorials, a start where you can't softlock yourself, that would have been nice, because I had cases of several people who went to Array 2. They started, they burnt all their food, and they have no more energy drink, so they could not gather food to make energy drinks. So yeah, you basically soft-locked. You're not entirely soft-locked, but basically you have to spend like 50 days to get enough energy drinks to go to the act again, which obviously is not exactly the best experience. And all they need to do is just start a player with like 2 planting box groups, for example, Or they can just do away with the energy mechanic, the energy drink mechanic, and they... we're gonna do a Ringbringer. And they just limit how many deploys you can deploy per stage, and that will be enough. But no. No, 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 no. I think this is good. Yeah, this is good. Do, 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 do. This goes here, this goes here. Don't forget about this, because one time I forgot it, and then I dicked a bunch of spiders, and then I had to reset the stage, and you don't want to reset the stage, it's annoying. Then, explosions. Here. Then, this. Then. Come on, puzzle, give me some more DP, thank you. And that's a good thing. This thing is super on the right. I had problems with multiplayer with it. But not anymore. Talking of which, I probably shouldn't have installed multiplayer. Doesn't do anything for me anymore. Blaze? You? Burn all the stuff. Still get magnificent frames, PC client, I love you. I'm going to find you, put you in a corner, pin you to a wall, and kiss you on the lips. I hope I didn't do it too soon. Well, I guess we'll find out. I did it too soon. Frick! Okay, wait till the spiders move out of the way. Tell me I didn't fuck up. Tell me the spiders are spawn below Ringbringer. Yes! Okay, we're good. Next up. Now the issue is I can't make a proper kill box just yet because the raid has to be mostly killed. However, what you can do is do one right next to the Ringbringer, so I can place one right there. I have Shen facing up. I'll place another one here. I go back on 2 times speed. And do this, and start to slowly drain the Ringbringer HP. Because it will save us another time later. You can make mistakes in the easy. You just need to know how to figure them. Have backup plans. That's why I always bring the reactive barrier, because it's you always have situations where you're like, hey, that would be nice if I could bait an enemy's attack or speedbox someone or do some shit like this. Everything's going fine? Yeah, everything's going fine. So there's no fire. Wait, there's fireball, but it's pretty far. So what I can do is first off remove puzzle because it's done its job. Then I can add a free. Then I can activate this, place another one. And the Rainbringer is almost dead. Ah, it's a bit too much. Okay. Will explode. Okay, I'm too spooked. Because the issue is, if it explodes here, it's going to kill Tragodia, and if Tragodia dies, so do I. Remove it. I just need to keep an eye on the Rainbringer, because the moment he dies is the moment where I'm sad. Unless I split boxing. Oh yeah, but actually I mean, I think it's not requires the account to be psycho stacked. I can understand to some extent because I do want it to be a more mid to end game mode, so I can understand this kind of requirements. However, support units. Hey, that's one thing they did well with Area 3. They did add the support unit system back. Well, back. It's not back since it wasn't here in Area 2 in the first place, but that's one thing they did right. Okay, let's put this in a little bit. It is weird to be here and still be concerned about dealing too much damage. But that is a concern. If you miss time a phase transition, you can screw over your defenses really hard. Oops. I guess I could have kept it for a bit longer, but yeah, whatever. Okay, actually, let those guys move forward a little bit. There we go. Control. Always have control over where the enemy is. That's why Openus is still relevant to this day. You may have no damage, which I know sounds weird when we talk about Openus. Okay. Red flush. Just for safe... No, wait. What is the safest option? Because then she's out. And I'm going to put her here. I was thinking maybe for safety I should put something to bait the fireballs, but I also need to bait the attacks for the Rainbringer, because for some reason, even though the Rainbringer doesn't get any extra attack speed, according to the wiki, some attacks do go through, even though I've not changed this stall setup one bit. It's really weird. Ah, fuck! There we go. There we go! We're done! Turret flush! How far is the HP inflation? 4,700 something percent. Just your everyday stuff. There we go. And we don't need to kill the spiders. Any summon enemy doesn't have to be killed, they don't count. 4,761%. Alright. Right, there's another raid somewhere. Oh, there. What do we have? I don't like it. We already used Blazieux and Shen and Kirby, so I'll just deal with them. Wang, I'm going to use you. Is that just bad? I don't know, is it just bad? Alright, I'm still going to bring the Yomiri Sakiko because, yep, his damage kinda sucks. There we go, we bring this. We have the DP, we have the reveal, we have the slow down. We need Unictus to pull back the enemies. And maybe a Pram if I get really bored of Wang's horrible performance. Ta-da-da! Let's go! Toot toot toot! Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Better have a mirror here, but that's okay. Do 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 do. Unictus, it's your time to arrive right about now. Okay, safety. Safety stun, and I mean, I guess. Okay. Time for Wayne to disappoint us all. Let's go. Go, Wang! We believe in you! Actually, I don't. But surely some people might think, wrongly, I might add, that you're actually the best option for any kind of late game version. And take a look at this, it doesn't have any mine left! Now we just have to wait a long time. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you don't use Wang in RACC. And like, you have to keep in mind, I also have like a spot for all 5 mines at once. It's actually a great spot to deal a bunch of damage to those guys in this position. And yet, it's still not enough. United Array Module. Yes, United Array Module to pull back the enemies. And, importantly, it needs to be, well, you can't see it here, but only level 1. Because if you have the terrible idea of upgrading Unitas module past level 1, she will get an additional block during skill. It's not that big of a deal, because you can use skill 2 and she's going to stun all enemies blocked for the duration. However, if you pull a boss, most bosses are stun immune. So you know what happens next. She dies, and you don't want your odd filial lady to die in the middle of a raid. I think that goes without saying. Oh, Wang just died because of the Wazer, I guess. Whoops. See, he was so disappointed by his own performance that he just decided to humph himself out of existence. It's wow. Wow. Why do you bother N9 Wang, frankly? Can you tell me? Can you tell me? Holy shit, we have a bunch of raids spawning everywhere. It's okay, this can be leaked. It's a bit annoying. Also, these happen to have a weight of 6, which is almost impossible to move for some with pushes. So we have a Blockus and we have an Alaric. These are two dangerous raids, and I absolutely don't want to fight any of them. Gunrail has a Texanock. No, there is an easy way. You will see, you'll see, but it's going to be for next day, because right now these are two raids I absolutely 100% don't want to deal with. So this time around, I'm going to have Glaucus with the SP support food and seasoning. It's important. The seasoning, if you take a look at the effect, it says SP cost minus 40%. You add 2 seasoning, you get the improved version of the food. Don't forget about it. Don't be like me. Next, we bring Suzerain, because Suzerain has an aura that gives 0.4 SP per second to all supporters. Glaucus is a supporter. I also have food that gives SP to allies within range, so that's perma-still covered. Do I want to use Injectus, or do I want to use... I want to use Silver Rush. Well, Silver Rush. I do need a lot of slowdowns, though. Just for the AFK option, and then we have Blaze You to actually kill the raid. I hope to Grace Better, I got enough stalling. Stall rate, kill rate, slow down, DP, invis reveal. We are set. Is defending a base still viable? You can absolutely and will have to defend your base after that many days. However, for obvious reasons, some raids should never ever get there. Namely, global range archers. I don't think I need to explain why. If you have global range archers on your HQ, you need to play someone like Mitten. Mitten, in case you don't know who that is the 5-star Vanguard, Tactician Vanguard, who has a summon that explodes into 4 others when he dies. And it's used to like spam a bunch of decoys to bait all the attacks from the ranged enemies. So, extremely important. Extremely important. The Rimringer is another one, just because you need a lot of space to deal with the raid, and while it's the base, there is a lot of space that's taken by your buildings, so obviously Don't want to be in that situation. But yeah, you will have to defend your base. I can actually show you after this one. I don't want to have to defend in base, but I will do it. It's also not that good to defend because you really want natural high ground tiles because you can place a camouflage operator and they won't be targeted. The problem with the HQ, you got just 4 of them in the entire map and they're all at the bottom. So I built my strategy specifically around them. But yeah, that's a strong limitation that you need to keep in mind. That's a bit of a pain. Also, I need to slow down, so I'm going to do this. Blaze, time to murder. Okay. How about our catapults? Catapults are pretty similar to any other ranged enemies, apart from the fact that they just have a long range, with one difference: they have a very weird aggro. So, you saw on the previous map, when Euryctus was pulling enemies, like basically what she does is she puts a checkpoint on her position for all enemies to reach. Even after the skill ends, enemies will still try to reach her position. And for some reason, catapults just go back to the normal path right after the skill ends. Like, there's only them and one other enemy that behaves this way. Just one of those attitudes. If I had I don't have all the teams set up, simply because there are always some small variations in how I approach each and every single raid. So Windbringer and Araphic solo raids require very specific setup that use all 12 operators, and so I do have a fixed setup for them specifically, but yeah, for the other ones, I just adapt on the fly depending on what operators I have, because sometimes I also use operators for this map specifically, depending on what the other fight is going to be. So I'm thinking, okay, here I can just stick to like this, because I don't need that much DP at the start. But if I'm dealing with a raid on the other act, on Lost Orders, which is a very small map, I'll want all the DP generation in possible. So I'll use agents specifically. Which is why, yeah, you can never have something... If you want something optimized, you'll have to switch things on the fly. And since also someone mentioned Passenger, I think Passenger for RACC is okay. Actually, I could bring him. I can bring him. That's all I can do. Next map is bad because it doesn't really do anything for the map specifically, and I'm just going to push the enemies down the road, so I don't intend to kill them, and there is no weather, so it's not going to do much. But there are some situations in which I would consider Passenger. For example, if I am on a map which has Thunderstorm, because Thunderstorm, it's the only map where the weather can really kill your operators, and so you want to counter it in some way. Either you place a Fail Beast to base the lightning, in which case you just get rid of the most dangerous part of the weather, or you have like some remote shield damages that gives some barrier to your operators, but the problem is it takes too much space, so it's not going to work on every single map. Or you can bring Passenger. And if you have a raid with global range archers, yeah, you probably want to bring Passenger, because you can just give him camo food and your operators will be fine. Alright, massive slowdown, Weedy, Manticore, Telopsis a skill 1. You as an emergency. Tragodia to stall. I could also use your pianos actually. Definitely want to have Enforcer, giving food. I'm thinking whether I'm missing something. I'll separate. I have Exialter, so that's fine. I have Witty. Don't need that. I think that's okay. The others follow off in array is Typhoon, so it's really good in base array. I mean, even without array, Typhoon has her own issues. I know she has her IS module that's been released on CN. I'm curious to see how it's going to perform. Yes, it's just going to bring her numbers up a little bit, but considering I've not seen that many videos of her, I have a sneaking suspicion that it's probably not enough. Oh yeah. As for this, there we go. Very mode level 1, very important. You don't want the extra block. And the other effect is physical fragility. You know, physical damage. The thing that gets reduced to minimum damage simply because all enemies have 40,000 defense. Yeah, Typhoon has an IS mod. One sec, I can find it. Typhoon. Come here. There we go. There we go. Okay, attacks on heavier enemies will ignore the physical dodge and deal 40% increased physical damage. Which is nice because also the dangerous enemies are weight free usually. Wire. And once you damage an enemy for the first time, yeah, increase attack, slows targets. Always mark the heaviest enemy. When the marked enemy is stunned or slowed, fires a rain of arrow on them, which can be triggered once every 8 seconds. So basically, what your IS module does is it's basically Typhoon skill free. It locks down an enemy within range, and every 8 seconds she deals damage, boom, it's as if she did an S3 attack. So it's probably pretty good. Pretty decent. Probably not enough to save her, but hey, that's something. Alright, we have Alrafic. We got some slow down, we got some healing, we got Witty, we got a way to bring everything back. We are set. Let's go. I mean, you can do Array CC with Genectus module at level 3. And if you want evidence of this, Asadekai does it. He has done this, and he had some cases where it kinda screwed him over. So it's possible, absolutely. But she just isn't going to be at full power. Definitely want the ring. Actually, stay in the back. Oh, it's mapped white. Oh, okay. I stand corrected. But to be fair, I've watched just a few videos. I was like, okay, yeah, that's pretty cool.